Hey, Motorman here, and today we're going to take the ST up to a winding road here in Florida. It's called Ozello Trail. A lot of people in the area know about it. It's one of the better ones in this area, and we're going to talk about high-speed handling on a Harley Davidson or any heavyweight motorcycle. So come on, we'll take a ride.
And I promise some tips, tricks, and techniques. I can tell you, if you're going at a leisurely pace, simply look through the curve, position yourself. If the road is curving left, start on the extreme right part of the lane. If it's going to the right as here, you want to stay as far towards the center of the road. You don't want to pass that double yellow line. You can maintain throttle. You could go in slow and do all your braking before the curb, which has been taught for many years. It is not the best way. I've learned that recently. A little bit of front brake here. So I've got just a tiny bit of front brake as I went into the curve. That's called trail braking. And then I trailed off the brake as I got to the apex, and the bike is pointed in the direction I want to go. At this pace right now, I really don't have to do anything. Just hold the steady throttle. But the problem arises if I'm coming around this curve and I don't already have the brake on, and something appears suddenly, you tend to snatch or grab that front brake. And that front tire will take a big load pushing down, because you get a load on the front tire. When you hit the front brake, the bike dips down. You got a lot of traction. It'll take that, no problem. What it won't take, and I've said this before, is snatching or grabbing that front brake. It won't take an abrupt pressure. That could cause the front tire to tuck under and you're going to go down. But if you keep just a tiny bit of front brake, at the very least cover that front brake, maybe 1%. 1% means the brake pads are just barely touching the calipers. And then if you have to suddenly stop in the middle of a turn or slow way down, you just simply squeeze a little bit more. That's exactly what I'm doing here. The bike's pointed in the direction I want to go, straight ahead, and I can open up the throttle. Now this road is not, as far as Florida roads go, it's not in great shape. You see there's a lot of patches and stuff on the road. Occasionally you'll see some standing water, because it's pretty much sea level here. So I'm going to go a little bit faster now. I'm going to slow down for the curve. I got a little bit of front brake on, just a little bit. That's hardly a curve at all. And none of these curves on this road are really, as I said, severe or challenging. But for some reason, on my rate of reasons, people are still running off. Just a little bit of front brake, looking around that curve. A little downshift here. Sometimes you have people fishing on these bridges. They'll just stroll across the road, so you never know. Always better to be they're on the side of caution. Now, whenever I post a video, riding video, or talk about Harley Davidsons, we get I call them uninformed or stupid. I mean, let's face it, if you hate Harley Davidsons, why would you come on a video that features Harley Davidsons? Or not even features, but has a Harley Davidson in it, just to make stupid comments for the world to see. I had one genius in the last video I did said I hate Harley Davidson because my Hayabusa is so much faster and it's cheaper too. Oh yeah. I don't think anybody buys a Hayabusa for touring, even though you could put bags and stuff on them. They're not very comfortable. And I don't think too many people buy Harley Davidson touring motorcycles to go drag racing. I mean, some people will hot rod the motor and do all kinds of things like that to them, spend a ton of money to go faster, but really, do you need that? I don't think so. Even a standard 107 motor has got all the power you need in a touring motorcycle. 114, that much more. And this 117 got, I think it's about, I believe, 106 horsepower. That's all you need on this type of motorcycle. The main thing you need on a touring motorcycle is torque, because you tend to carry a lot of stuff. The motorcycles are heavy, and torque is what you feel. But for anybody who thinks you can't have fun on a winding road with a heavyweight touring motorcycle, has probably never ridden one. People say, yeah, Harley Davidsons are antiquated. You know, they don't know what they're talking about. This is state-of-the-art in touring motorcycles. Granted, it's not a 16-valve motor with 6 double overhead cams and 190 horsepower, but it's a touring bike. As far as going touring, it'd be tough to find a better motorcycle for that purpose. If your goal is to go as fast as possible on a winding road, get a sport bike. Naked biker, any of those bikes that are made for that purpose. This isn't made for that purpose, but it works very well on a winding road, as long as you stay within the motorcycle's limits and your riding limits. And we're about to reach the end. So it's about, I guess, about 8 miles long. So that's Ozello Trail, folks, and we have quite a few pretty decent roads here in Central Florida area, and just north of where I live, Newport Richey, Hudson area, if you go up to Hernando County, Citrus County. And if you like this video, comment below if you'd like to see some of the better riding roads that we have here in Florida. Just let me know in the comment section. I'll be happy to do some more of these.